Yeah, that's a hell of a fucking paper cut.
Yeah, bro.
Wow, that's insane.
That's a lot of meat.
Have you ever wondered what would happen if you mixed Mythbusters with The Walking Dead? We are Zombie Go Boom, filmmakers and zombie survival enthusiasts. Using our scientifically accurate zombie heads, we put retail weapons, homemade weapons, and everyday objects to the test in order to see what will save you during the zombie apocalypse. Survive, protect, and kick undead ass.
Hey, what's up, survivors? So we just watched a video where this guy used paper to literally cut wood by putting it in a table saw. And in the comment section, a lot of you guys were like, wow, what a paper cut, or that would be a terrible paper cut. And if you're not familiar with what we do here at Zombie Go Boom, is we make realistic bone and flesh analogs in order to test different weapons and or objects to see if they'll save you during the zombie apocalypse. And here's an example of what we've created. Obviously the head is gone, it's been decapitated, but you have a skin analog here, you have a flesh analog here, and then you have this bone analog. And it's basically as close as anybody has been able to get to something that's synthetic, that acts like the real thing. So what we're thinking about doing is recreating what that guy did right there in order to see how terrible of a paper cut it would actually be. Now, looking at the footage, we realize that it's basically a friction cut. If you notice, the wood is actually burned whenever he shows you, you know, the final process of it being in two pieces. What do you think?
I'm not sure really. I think if we had blood in this thing, the paper, whatever we used for a blade, the paper would get all soggy and mushy and probably not work. So as long as you don't cut deep enough to get into the blood, I think it'll work. I don't think it'll go through the bone though. I think it'll mess up the paper.
Yeah, and that's him using a table saw, which means that there's a lot of tension on the paper blade. Now, if we decided to not use a table saw so that we had something that's a bit more mobile, like an angle grinder or even a skill saw, it might actually render worse results, but there's only one way to find out. Now, the table saw definitely probably could work because the tension is there, but you're only like, I don't know, maybe 1.5 centimeters. You only have about 1.5 centimeters of blade to work with, so it might be able to give you a crazy paper cut, but it's definitely not going to kill a zombie. Either way, we're going to just try a bunch of things out and see if we can make something work.
Yeah, if the paper itself doesn't work, we're gonna maybe amp it up to cardstock and then maybe cardboard and see which one works better. Since we're using an angle grinder and there's this bell shape on the inside of the blade here, you see how it's like recessed so that this little nut can fit in there and it can be flush still. So what I've got to do is cut a little piece of cardboard that actually acts as a washer, and then I've got to cut another one that goes over that so that the paper has something to back itself against, so that whenever I put this on there, it doesn't squeeze the paper in and bend it. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna make a second one to see if I need it. If I don't need it, I won't use it, but I'm gonna make a second larger one that goes on the outside there. And then I might even make a third one that goes on the outside of the paper wheel once we actually put the paper on before I put this piece on, so that there's one sandwiching the paper together from the outside. Alright, we've got all the washer pieces that I think I need. Now we just got to cut out the main blade out of the printer paper and we'll be ready to go. Now you see we've got our two cardboard washers on this side and one cardboard washer on this side, and it's all sandwiched together really nicely, and hopefully that will keep the paper blade from wobbling too much as it's spinning at 8,000 RPMs.
Alright, now we're going to try the flesh and see what happens. So there goes the blade.
There's paper literally everywhere.
Which is shitty. You might think, well, that didn't fucking work, but look at this.
Imagine if that was your neck.
That would fucking hurt. And it goes all the way to the bone. Like, literally the bone.
That probably hurt. Like, if that was a person, that would probably hurt.
Look, I'll show you. You see that? That's a vertebrae right there. So, can it kill a zombie? No, but that is the worst paper cut I've ever seen in my entire life. Alright, so not only did it cut through our skin analog, which is tough urethane rubber, but it also cut through our flesh foam analog, which is pretty tough as well, and into our bone analog, which is a composite material made of plastic and wood. So, yeah, that'll happen to you. Alright, Charles, what are we going to do next?
Next, we're going to make the same blade, the same circular paper blade out of cardstock.
And after that, we're going to try cardboard. So stick around for the whole video. Maybe we'll even get a decapitation.
Whoa.
Alright, so for our cardstock, we're going to be using part of this box, which is for a model plane, because we're going to be doing some Walking Dead kills. And for our heavier sort of corrugated stock, we're going to be using the cardboard from this Nerf crossbow, which we're also going to be testing soon. And then after that, we're just going to get regular corrugated cardboard, which is a centimeter thick about, and see if that works. So 3 more blades, and just paper managed to do that. And actually, I was telling Charles, hey, you know what, I'll just stick my arm over there, give me a paper cut, whatever, we'll do a Jackass style. After seeing this, I ain't doing that.
You sure?
Yeah. Are you?
I was gonna do it to you, but...
Alright, now it's time for the cardstock. Sorry, I didn't want you to cut my leg off. Alright, let's go. Keep going.
Holy shiza.
So that one started cutting into the bone, but then we just ran out of room with the blade. Yeah, that's a hell of a fucking paper cut.
Yeah, bro.
Wow, that's insane.
That's a lot of meat.
That's a lot of meat.
Man, feel how soft that edge is too. I mean, it's like fuzzy.
Alright, so we have this vertebrae, it's just bone, so we can see what we can actually do to straight up bone. You ready?
I'm ready.
Alright. Wow, that's insane.
It is really awesome.
Alright, so our bone analog is like real bone, okay? Like hard, dense, tough bone. And cardstock managed to cut about a centimeter into it. We probably would have been able to cut more if we hadn't lost most of the blade, but it's possible that we could get a decapitation just using cardboard.
But let's amp it up.
Alright, so through the skin, through the flesh, and way into the bone. But then it just sort of broke right here and snagged, and that's where you got the movement from.
I think we can probably keep going a little bit.
Yeah, let's try it on this one.
Alright, let's see what it
Alright,
does.
so now we're going to try it straight up on bone to to see what happens. Now, it is pretty compromised. It's fucked, but we're gonna keep going anyway. Wow.
Hey, look, it cleaned the edge up.
Oh, my God. It's hard to breathe in here. We're going to have to open up a window. Every time we do these blades, we get more and more just fine powder that's not just the cardboard, but it's also the bone analog just basically being shot up into the atmosphere. Basically looks like we fogged this room, so we're gonna have to figure that out so that we don't coat our lungs with whatever this stuff is. But as you can see, the entire blade, the entire length of the blade managed to go into the analog. We would have been able to continue and do a decapitation if the blade had been bigger, but as you can see right there, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. You get two of these blades, you go on one side and then you go on the other, and you have a freaking decapitation. So after we figure out which kind of cardstock or cardboard is the best for doing this, we may do another video where we actually test it on an Ivan head, and not just as a decap but also in the skull, just to see if you can make cardboard and even paper, because we could try paper again, kill a zombie. Now we're gonna amp it up one more time and try corrugated cardboard, and we'll see what happens. Hey, if you're enjoying what you watched so far, please make sure you subscribe, share, and like.
Just a little piece of bone.
Here. Woo! Let's see if we can finish that off.
Hold on.
Oh my God.
Gas mask.
I wanted to start talking as soon as the decapitation happened, but man, you need a ventilated area because this is freaking awful. Now, super smooth. This is one of the smoothest cuts I've ever felt.
Holy crap.
It's like insanely smooth. And obviously you can see that it was 3 cuts to get through, but this neck started out as being just perfectly together. There was nothing wrong with it. So we have proven, in a sense, that you can decapitate a zombie with cardboard. You know? Obviously, you'd have to tie up the zombie and all
you have
that,
to have a power tool.
Yeah, you know. So, I mean, it's not a weapon that you'd want to use. And we've tested the angle grinder before. Obviously, with a grinding wheel, it works fine. But who'd have thought that cardboard would work almost as well? In fact,
I think it works better.
Maybe better, yeah.
I think it cuts faster.
Does it? You thought? Yeah, because he was the one that used the actual angle grinder.
Yeah.
Not only that, but the blade is still good. Like it didn't get deformed very much at all, and I don't think it would cut metal or anything. I have a piece of metal we can try it on. You want to try cutting metal real quick?
I don't think it'll work, but
let's try it. Alright, so we were able to give the world's worst paper cut. Then we were able to prove that cardboard can decapitate if it rotates fast enough. Now, to end this little episode, I'm just curious to see if we can cut wood, this is a hard wood, and metal. So we're going to try to cut this stick, this really hard stick, and then we're going to try to cut this chain. Let's start with the stick.
Somebody should get some water in case fire.
Fuck it.
Or you can just run outside real quick.
I'll run outside.
All right.
The stick's on fire. The goddamn stick's on fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Hold on.
All right. This is really, really hard wood. What kind of wood is this?
This is redwood, I think.
And it's ridiculously hard. It wasn't like crappy little pine. And it still managed to cut in. In fact, it's super smooth because it's friction cut. And as we were talking about before, it's essentially burning the wood as it cuts along. Something to notice is that the actual cut looks a little bit weird, like it has a belly, and the reason for that is because it started to gut the corrugation inside of the blade, which makes it look a little bit funky. But yes, if we would have kept going, it would have cut the wood completely. We didn't keep going because we want to have some of the blade left in order to see if we can cut this chain. So that's what we're going to be doing next. Oh god, it's fucking hot. Duh. Yeah. Oh man. It got super hot. Okay, so the blade or cardboard made the steel so hot that it actually changed the color. If Charles would have kept going, it probably would have made the steel blue. However, it was not able to cut it. Alright, please share if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe if you want to support us, and please punch the living crap out of that like button because why not? With another mind-blowing video from Zombie Go Boom, I'm Chuck Murray.
I'm Charles Foltz.
I hope you learned something. We certainly learned a lot, and our minds were literally blown, so even though no zombies went boom, I'm pretty sure it was pretty mind-blowing. If you agree, comment in the section below, and we will see you next time.